Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
Oh,
We
we
have a
gotta start.
threesome
We gotta
going
start the
on.
show every time with meat pizza sandwich, Ryan.
You know what's funny? I have a 5-minute set timer, and I'm trying, and I can only get one song in, and none of our songs are longer than 5 minutes. That's fun.
Yep, this is how we should start every show. Hello, Rob.
Hey,
Mr. Malkier talks.
How we doing?
Better to
Yeah.
see you.
Aw. Well, I'm better
Oh.
for seeing you two as well.
You're
Gonna
too
get my
kind.
dose of stash and eyebrows on the go. So
Oh, there you go. Yes, you got the quarantine stash going.
no.
like
I mean, like
Oh,
I've got to see yours.
Yeah.
This
That's an accessory I have not yet purchased.
Hey, yeah, so I know you really come here just for the fantasy advice we're giving you, because we are helping you get out of the bottom half of the league and getting you into the second, in the top tiers. You're ranked 10th right now.
Am I 10th? I haven't
Yeah.
looked yet, to be honest.
What? All right.
I've been slack.
Don't admit that publicly. We're very serious about this here.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. All right. So, yes, everybody, what are we? We are the Way of the League. We are a fantasy football advice show based on a fantasy league filled with fantasy nerds. So, yes, this is fantasy advice from fantasy nerds. We're combining the two to glorious effect. And what we're going to do is we're going to check our lineups, do this publicly, shame us in front of everyone, and then we're going to move into the week's games. And we will break them down and try and help you out with what to expect and maybe some decisions you might need to make. And then after that, we will wrap up and group hug and then check out the Mustache Hall of Fame, which is ongoing fun thing we are doing. We'll take a 10-minute break mid-show, and I will play you some music. I will rest my face, and we will get back at it. This is week 10, guys. We're halfway through the league.
Ooh, is that it? Only halfway?
We are halfway, yes. Well, way more than halfway. Definitely more than halfway. And there's a lot to talk about. They've been analyzing this year, and they found out that the home field advantage is completely eliminated with COVID. There's not really a home field bump at all. So the odds makers have been taking that into account finally. What do you think about that, Dan? Do you think after the end of this year, the Super Bowl winner is going to have a serious asterisk?
I think it will always be known as the pandemic season. And I think, to your point, that it just shows how important actual fans are to the game and to the success of a home field. Without the crowd, it's not necessarily just the turf. It's the support that you get and the people that's around. Seattle calls their fans the 13th man or the 12th man, rather, because they are such an integral part. And Seattle's having success regardless. But I think that the pandemic really has kind of shown just how important fan support is in some of these markets. Pretty much every team where they're playing now really doesn't matter. They can play on a high school field if the turf's good enough, and if there's no fans, it's just a football team playing a football team.
Could it be argued that American football is the most kind of emotionally driven sport in terms of how much physical aggression is needed and how much momentum and all of it, just in terms of it being a force sport? Do you think that emotions and what the crowd is giving them is kind of tying into how football is like a seriously emotional game?
I'd agree with that. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of when the crowd is behind you and really, cheering you on and screaming for you, as opposed to the team you're playing. That definitely gives you, an extra sort of kick up the butt to be like, come on, there's 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 people screaming at us right now to support us. I want to do better because they're right there in front of us. But when you just play it, it's almost like practice, isn't it? You're just there. It's just you and your teammates, and you're just playing another team.
I don't know. I don't know if you've seen what they're doing, but they have like fake fans and they pipe in crowd noises. Have you seen that?
I have seen that. It's not the same, is it? It's not real people there. It's all fake stuff, isn't it? So
no, and sometimes they add like funny people or like celebrities or random. And real quick, as per the order, we stop everything and answer our questions. J.D. McKissick or Chase Edmonds? I'm a fan of J.D. McKissick. He is receiving, what is it? He's had 24 targets in the slot as a wide receiver, as a running back already this year. And I think he is going to have a great game, although Chase Edmonds is, so I say McKissick. Dan McKissick?
McKissick, yeah, I think is going to get like 12 to 15 targets. I think he's going to be very involved.
Awesome. Yes, give us a like. How about it? Nice. Clamped easy. If you have an Etsy account, I hope it's doing well. If you are a middle manager at a Safeway, I hope they promote you to manager. All right. So we're just talking about the league. Some interesting things are going on. They just found out, or I want to elucidate to you that there's only one wide receiver who has averaged over 100 yards this season, and that's Davante Adams. And I found that to be an astonishing stat in the year where, almost the year of the wide receiver, or in the era of the wide receiver. That's standing out to me. There seems to be a lot of wide receiver touchdowns, but we're not getting those huge yardage games. In fact, we're having that on the ground game with like games by Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cooks, where they're dominating on the ground. But yeah, just fascinating stat. If he goes on to be the only person to average 100 yards, that might be a record. There's definitely the last time there has been no wide receiver to average 100 yards for an entire season was 2010. So this is a kind of unprecedented year.
Yeah.
Maybe COVID's single-handedly attacking the wide receiver.
Well, Ryan, if I can address the question about the emotional aspect of football. And the fans and the playing itself, opposed to a lot of the other American sports that you had meant that we have basketball and baseball. They're the primary sports. In football, you only get 16 games. That's it, and only 8 of them are at home. And so that sort of, you're a fan of a team, and you only get the opportunity to see them at your home place maybe 8 times a year. So I think that certainly does add to the emotional level a little bit, as opposed to like baseball, where it's like, okay, if the Yankees are coming to town they'll be back in about 3 weeks, so I'll just catch them there.
How many doctors do you think allow for that? Like, okay, all right, I will let you drink 8 times a year during home games of the football season, but no more after that. Only 8. You only get those 8.
I would think that, and I live in Michigan near Ann Arbor, so I could also see some people just tailgating at the University of Michigan games. That sort of passion is the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I can see some doctor passes there.
Football is rigidly timed.
Just one guys, lineup check. Let's do a lineup check.
Just real fast. If you hear any weird noises, there's a crazy storm going on right now. Just here. Okay. I'm hearing thunder all over the place. So if you hear it, that's what's going on.
Yeah, Dan had a lot of cheese last night, and he's trying to blame it on the weather. We're going to go check out. First, we'll start with Malkier Tries' team. Check it out, everybody. Lineup check. We are starting Tom Brady. We are starting Juju Smith-Schuster. Davante Adams, that's the one I was talking about. You must have been riding high with him.
Oh, yes.
We have Rex Burkhead on the bench. We'll talk about him. I publicly shamed him last week, and he's wrong. Jamal Williams. I'm not going to change my opinion on this bad boy, but
no, you're fine.
Jamal Williams is taking a dip, right? Look at this. He's only suspected to have 7.63 points because of Aaron Jones's return, and they really pumped him the ball last week. Jimmy Graham at tight end, he is consistently getting you about 10 points a game. That's awesome. And then here we go with Chase Edmonds. So let's look at your bench. Would I be starting anyone over your starting? Ooh.
I ain't got much on the bench, have I really?
I know.
You could toss Chase Edmonds up to the running back, get rid of Burkhead, and then your slot, your flex is open, and do Emmanuel Sanders. Yeah, I don't know. Unless you are married.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, brother Dan, that's exactly what I would do. I would bring in Chase Edmonds up to running back, to kick this guy out to the bench, and bring in Sanders. I think they're gonna kill the Niners right now.
All right.
So what do we think about Tom Brady? You got Tom Brady starting. Tom Brady had a horrible week last week.
You're killing me. Last week I was projected to win by like 20, 30 points, and then Brady got two points.
And that was literally the worst game of his career. Welcome to fantasy football. That was one of the worst losses he's ever had. 2 points is probably the lowest point total he's ever had.
Yeah.
So we have where after 20-point losses, Tom Brady's had 8 of them in his career. The game after those losses, he is 7-1. He only has 3 interceptions in those 8 games. So he does tend to come back strong after getting his ass kicked.
Okay.
With that said, they did play Carolina in week 2, and it was not a great performance for Brady. They did win the game, but he had an interception and a fumble lost and 1 touchdown. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup.
So one exercise that might be interesting is let's go check out what are the available players on offense and see if there's a quarterback that we
determined to get me in the top, aren't you?
All right. No, here we have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is available. I am interested in Drew Lock this week against Vegas. But that Nick Mullins against New Orleans, I'm not feeling good about that. And then there's Jake Luton. Jake Luton came in as a rookie, the first starting quarterback to do several things in his first game. And I don't know all the stats, but he came in and I made fun of him and he proved me wrong like everyone else.
Well, because you're trying to go Luton free?
I was boom. And then we have Alex Smith. He is starting at Detroit. That's an interesting possibility also over Tom Brady if you were worried about Brady. But that is
Detroit's defense has been poor at best.
All right. Well, that we just did a lineup check. If you guys have lineup questions, send those in. We are going to have our friends joining in and out as the day progresses. And what do you guys want to start our first match breakdown?
Sure.
All right. Let's go into the first matchup. And this is the Texans at the Browns. I'm calling this the hello, Nick Chubb. And goodbye, David Johnson match. Yes. David Johnson is wait, guys, something's going on. Troubled. He looks troubled.
This guy.
Oh, Dean, are you okay?
Champion.
Still number one.
Joined us.
Still number one. Still number one. You guys don't get it. I can't believe what happened last week. My team put up 75 points. 75. Russell Wilson, 4 turnovers. Still was my best performer.
Oh, jeez.
It can't happen again. It won't happen again.
Spotlight. All right, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
I'm ready. Okay, let's go. Let's get back to this game.
Take your medicine, Dean.
Good old water today, boys.
Dean, feel the positivity flow through you.
All right, we got a question. Darren Defner, our esteemed senior fantasy analyst, who is in the route to Oregon right now, is in the car asking, do I keep Chark in the lineup with Luton again at quarterback? And I would say abso-effing-lutely. Luton had he was Chark hunting. All right, Luton went Chark hunting last week, and he is a Chark hunter. All right, he went 160 something yards, a tote, 8 targets or catches. Man, you want to keep that guy in the lineup. The electrician.
Hey, drive safe, and magic mushrooms are now legal in Oregon, so go to town, man.
Yeah. Well, why do you think he's going? All right, the electrician, Carmel, popcorn, pad thai, or 3 cheese rigatoni. I'm a huge fan of pad thai.
Yeah, I go with pad thai, but a 3 cheese rigatoni could also be pretty good.
Yeah,
Love
cheese.
Caramel corn, huh?
Dan, I don't have a thunder to be blaming my 3 cheese rigatoni response on. All right,
Which 3 cheeses? That's the deal breaker there. So you got to send
right.
us another message, electrician.
Ramunda?
Which
Well, I would recommend ricotta,
Gouda?
Parmesan, and mozzarella.
Oh, we lost Dean.
oh,
He didn't like that answer.
he's been
like,
scared
"All right,
off by the
it's like
cheese.
mozzarella. I'm out.
All right, not here. What cheeses would you put in a 3 cheese rigatoni? What's your favorite cheese combo?
Oh, you got to have some extra mature cheddar. I love extra mature cheddar. Always brought notes. Oh dear.
Okay, as opposed to the barely legal cheddar.
Yeah. As opposed to it's extra mature all the way.
Extra mature.
Yeah. Throw in. I'm okay with the mozzarella. That's fine. But I love blue cheese. You got to throw in blue cheese.
Blue. I did not think you'd say blue. Amazing.
Love blue
All
cheese.
right. Dan's mouth is watering. Dan.
No. There's like I'm
your
trying to
tongue?
get the imagined blue cheese taste out of my face.
No,
I could go with a little smoked Gouda in there as well.
That works.
smoked Gouda, aged cheddar, smoked Gouda, and mozzarella in a rigatoni. You guys are messing me up.
Oh man,
Anyway.
I'm hungry. Hey guys. Oh, the storm's hitting. I don't think my internet's working. Bye.
All right, we're going to keep you guys updated on the injuries as they come in. We have minions about.
As you can imagine, I'm very excited to see how Nick Chubb does. I mean, Nick Chubb.
How many people wanted to trade for Nick Chubb, Dan?
Several.
All right, over. Who do you think is going to have more fantasy points this week? Everybody on the panel, Nick Chubb or God, forgot his name already. Just kidding, Kareem Hunt. I know, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, and Hunt. Who's going to score more?
Chubb.
I think Kareem Hunt probably gets the more yards, and I think Chubb comes in and vultures him a touchdown. So he might score, but I don't think his first game back, he's probably not going to have a full workload.
All right, he's practicing full all week, though. All right, what do you say, Brother Dan? Try to get your emotions out of it. Who's going to have more fantasy points?
I hope that they each have like 40. I honestly, I probably think that Hunt, because he's been part of the offense the entire time, but I do think that Chubb's going to have a heck of a game, and I do expect at least a touchdown from him, and I think he's going to get a pretty healthy load. I would say 40 or 45% of the touches.
Are you starting both of them this week?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm all in.
Move.
Well, they're ranked 5th in rushing, and this is without Chubb. He's been gone for 6 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be. I think they're going to, if you're a coach and you have like a Ferrari just been waiting and it's been getting a tune-up, and you finally get that, beautiful thing out, you want to highlight that and just put the fear of God in the rest of the league. I think they're going to run Chubb. I think there's going to be. They're not hunting Chubb. They captured Chubb and they're bringing him in and they're going to play him hard. But let's go to the Texans. Oh, geez, poor guys. David Johnson out. Boom. So we got the return of a great running back and then the drop of not a great one, but a starting running back. And we have Cleveland is the 5th ranked rushing and the 29th passing. Okay, so they're 5th in rushing and 29th in passing, which is a huge discrepancy. All right, and somewhere losing Odell Beckham was supposed to help that 29th ranked passing offense. You guys remember that when he went down? Everyone's like, "Oh, it's going to be great for them." He's not going to feel so pressured. All right, got to stop and check the chat. Okay, so fantasy question: Robbie Anderson, Godwin, Thielen, Chark, or Kirk from Arizona. Okay, we can pick 2. And he loves Gruyere, Fontina, and shredded Parmesan.
That's a combination that works. I'm down for that. Yeah.
And they love Gruyere, Fontina, and shredded Parms. Yeah, I was surprised I didn't hear Parm anywhere. All right, so of the 4, we need to pick 2. I'm excited for Robbie Anderson, and I'm excited for Chark. Is this PPR or standard maybe is helpful. But yeah, if either way, probably I would go with Anderson and Chark. What say you? Darren, if you're driving and you want to give us an answer, hit that in the chat. That'd be awesome.
Actually, looking at them, I would say Anderson and Chark as well, Ryan. Good call.
I think you could go with Robbie Anderson and Adam Thielen because Kirk Cousins is coming alive, and they got a Bears defense that has not been good against wide receivers the past few weeks.
Okay, that's great, but do you think the Cooks phenomenon is going to tear into that somehow?
No, I mean, I'm sure it might, but I don't think it would make that much of a difference. I think Kirk Cousins still throwing the ball quite a bit. He had 2 touchdowns last weekend. It just didn't go Thielen's way.
Yeah, you're right. Correct. Oh, yeah. I think he had 3 last week. You're correct about that. All right, so Adam Thielen is the 14th ranked expert consensus ranking. Robbie Anderson is ranked 11th, and Chark is ranked 16th. And all the way down at where is little Kirk, where you are, 31. So definitely they're fading on Kirk, probably because it's against Buffalo. And so I believe that Chark is going to have a better game than Thielen, but the experts think Thielen is going to be better than Chark. All right. Thank you for the cheese questions. Thank you for the lineup questions. Give us a follow if you don't mind. Oh, and it's standard. Okay, I think, does that change your opinion if it's a standard league?
I don't know. I don't know how many targets and how many receptions Chark and Robbie Anderson and Godwin have had. But Thielen's not working on a whole lot because Minnesota's not throwing the ball a whole lot. So I don't think that really matters for Thielen one way or the other.
Yeah, so
it's got to be kind of frustrating to be a receiver on a team with like Dalvin Cook. And you're running your routes and you're like, yeah, I got this stud who's just he's getting a bunch of the things. Or with like Kamara or someone like who's just getting so many of the touches, so many of the is such a vital part of the offense. And you're sitting there still running. Oh, all right. Hey, Ryan, you go long every time. And you're like, okay, they're not going to throw it to me. And you're still running.
It turns into like a total Charlie Brown and Lucy situation. Just like,
could you imagine running an out route and then have your running back with the ball running past you?
Right.
Yeah, not only are you supposed to run out there, then you're supposed to understand what's happening behind you. Grab someone, wrestle them to the ground. Hey, kiddos!
All right,
those
those wheel routes are deadly, man. You gotta someone like Kamara.
All right, let's switch it up and do a lineup check. Who wants to see their lineup?
Lineup check.
All right. Screen share. I don't know how I did that. Screen share. Wrong button. And here we go. This is my team. This is the team. I am in second place in the league. I am close behind Dean Moxley. I thought he was shivering when he came in out of fear of me, but apparently he just had the DTs.
I think you're on for a win this week, though. I'm looking at your matchup because they've not set their team, have they? So
it is an unfortunate.
Hey, that's not a guaranteed win, by the way.
Yeah. No. What up, Stone Dog? He beat me, and he's not in last.
Wheel takes.
Oh, wheel takes?
Yeah, predicted 65.
Oh.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not too concerned, but I am more just flexing. Look at this team, guys.
Flexing.
Just look, admire.
Ooh, you're playing Alshon Jeffrey. That's big questionable, man. You know, him and Carson Wentz don't have the greatest chemistry, even when he's playing.
Hey, I've done wonders with my wide receiver 2 position. That's been a revolving door, and I've made some big hits, and I've not made some big hits. Mike Williams is one of my bad choices. Threw him in after he had a 2-touchdown game and gave me a ducket the next game. But yeah, I'm waiting for Deebo Samuels to get healthy again, and Corey Davis is consistently getting me just. But anyways, that is my lineup. It is going to be where am I? Championship lineup. I guarantee it.
I guarantee it. Well, you are in second place right now, Ryan.
I'm feeling great about it.
Yeah, I can.
Do you wanna
I think
go a
Rogers is
heads
going to
up?
do well against Jacksonville.
You want to do a heads up bet for push-ups, Mr. Puppet?
Ooh.
Well,
For a push-up?
well, first off, let's bring our friend Desmond in and to witness how I respond to this. Am I doing a push-ups bet? Dude, look at these arms. I can do push-ups all day.
Yeah, it's
day.
easy.
So is that
easy.
a yes?
Huh?
Is that a yes?
Huh?
Well, how many?
I don't know. You can pick the number, Mister. You got them all day, right?
3?
3.
3 push-ups. I think I can bust them out.
One for every point.
So what is
Win a
the
gong.
bet parameters here actually here?
No, head-to-head. Like, my team is going to outscore Dean's team
Yes.
Okay.
this week for 3 push-ups. Yes, I'm game. I am game. I thought I'd turn that into this. All right, so this is great. Moving along.
Yeah, you guys
friend.
are predicted to be about the same right now. You're predicted Mox to be 114, and Ryan's predicted to finish with like about 112.
Yep. There's only 2 or 3 points in there, so it's going to be tight. Let's we'll have to look at Dean's setup next week. Well, line check next, won't we? So
Ooh, don't look at my bench.
Well, what's
Ryan, go look at his bench. Ryan, go look at his bench.
okay? Dan, do you have the weather available for us?
the weather, I can look up the weather.
All right, let's look up the weather because in Green Bay it looks like it might be nasty and it might be affecting Stark's performance.
It's only 38 degrees, light showers, wind 23 miles per hour.
Oh,
Yep.
all
that's what I'm
right.
thinking there.
Not
Well,
too bad.
this isn't
Not too
Rogers'
bad.
first hurricane. Jeez.
What was that?
This isn't Rogers' first hurricane.
No, tis not. All right. Well, we have our friend Desmond joining, but Desmond, can I hear you if you are talking? All right. Yo, brother. That's the coolest shit. Thank you. It is.
Dude, Ryan, can that be our motto? Put that back up.
Look,
High fantasy football. Bro, that's cool as shit.
that's cool. as shit. Yes, we are puppets. We are puppets.
Yeah. And I'm wearing a Steelers
We
helmet.
discovered we had a thing for, having things kind of up our butt. So we're now puppets. Desmond,
No. Wow.
welcome.
What up, Desmond?
Very nice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear and see you now. Yes. Hello. Welcome.
All right.
Okay.
Desmond,
I can do this on the phone, right? I have
Desmond,
the stool.
oh, nice. Okay.
Yes,
What?
I'm 6-3 now, and I have the Eladia stool. I still need to do the blue stripe, but I have the partial stool.
That
Nice.
is amazing. Awesome, man.
Mox, where's your belt? Oh, there it is. Mox has his
Yeah,
own
there
belt.
it is.
He's from
It's a New
Champion
Jersey.
Austria.
I've been able to just sit it up there, but with this new football jersey, it just keeps sliding right off. It's not.
All right.
It's not doing what I want it to do.
Only we got to answer his question because he gave us the official motto of the way of the
That's
league.
cool as shit.
That's cool. as
Bruh,
shit.
that's cool as shit.
Start 3, Brandon Cooks, DJ Moore, Ayuk. I'm excited for Ayuk, but he's not playing today. Oh, no, he is. He's returning. Deontay Johnson. Jesus Christ, an embarrassment of riches on your team, my friend.
Right.
Full PPR. And I would be thinking about Deontay also. Although,
What do you think?
I'm not excited for I'm excited for Ayuk as a player, but I don't know about the matchup, and I don't know about Mullins right now. DJ Moore has been great. Brandon Cooks hit or miss. Yeah, I would go. My personal would be Deontay Johnson and DJ Moore.
You want
Well, you
3?
gotta start 3.
Oh, and Cooks.
I would pick those 2 as well. I'd go with Cooks.
Looks like it's Cooks.
All right, and let's look. I'm going to the expert consensus rankings also. So we have Deontay Johnson. They have as 26th. DJ Moore is 29th. Ayuk is 32nd. And then we're going can't even find the last one. All right, so yeah, and Ayuk is not on that list very high up at all. So yes, they are fading on Ayuk. He's not even. I can't even find him. Anyway, so yeah, so I think we're in agreement. Everyone but Ayuk this week.
Hey, good luck, ISO.
All right, give us a subscribe. That'd be great. Desmond, do you want a lineup check?
Line up, check.
All right, we're gonna go check. Okay.
Do it.
I had a long night. All right, lineup check.
Oh, I like it. There we go.
All right. Wait, so we gotta agree on how we're gonna do that, Dan. Are we gonna go lineup check? Or are we gonna go lineup check?
I think we do. Yes, I think we do both. And it'll be a harmony.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Let me learn how to do my job. Here are the matchups. Desmond is going up against Gazer.
Do you guys like how I changed my name from Team Tryhard to Des DeMar? The Wheel of Time inspiration there?
I do like it. Kept me on the toes. I couldn't find you for a second. It's always fun to be live on air and not knowing what the hell you're doing.
Was it? Has it been productive so far? Have you gotten a win under this name yet?
Yeah, my last one I won because I was finally had a winning record and I beat DT, which honestly shocked me because DT knows what I'm doing and I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm 6-3 now. Honestly, that's why I decided to don the stole, the Eladia stole, because I don't deserve the 7th stripe necessarily.
No, you're
getting there.
You have an anger out.
Or the Elida stole. I always say her name wrong. It's not Eladia, it's Elida, but I always say it wrong.
I like Eladia. You know, that's great. I think. Oh, look at you're making moves. You got Tua. You got a great team. Even your bench.
I'm so happy to get Tua because I think Joe dropped him because he had an abysmal first performance, and then I traded Matt Ryan for Zach Moss because Singletary wasn't doing crap.
Yeah, so, you traded with me, buddy.
Yeah, because you were desperate. Yeah, I think your quarterback had like a 2 rating or something like that, and I got Moss.
A 14-team league is hard to get good players in every single position. Yeah, and my quarterback was garbage.
Okay, and the biggest thing I have to ask is on my flex, I switched Chris Godwin out for I think it was T. Higgins. What do you all think about that?
Oh, I would stick with Godwin, right? Well, who's Higgins playing? Philly?
Higgins is at Carolina. Higgins is at Pittsburgh.
Ooh, Pittsburgh defense is real good this year.
Yes, I would. No, right now, what you have, if you can see the screen, is you have Godwin in and you have T. Higgins on the bench, which is probably the right decision.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's what I thought. Because Godwin's pretty damn good, and I think he had a finger injury or thumb injury, was it?
Oh no!
So who would you guys go with, Singletary or Moss?
Oh, Moss. Yeah, I would go with Moss. That's funny. Patrick Moore saying he likes Higgins more, so we have quite the controversy.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you get in here there, Badgie?
Yeah, come on, Badgie, join us.
Godwin has done nothing.
Yeah, I would love to hear some in-person suggestions because I was really on the fence about that one.
No, here we go. And he's saying, no, these are contradicting advice. He's saying, I like Higgins more. Godwin's done nothing recently, all season, really. Let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chat real quick. We have to answer this question. Full PPR, start Mike Williams over Brandon Cook due to high wins in Cleveland game. Mike Williams. I have him on my bench. He worries me. I've been stung by Mike Williams, but what do you guys think?
Honestly, I think Brandon Cook does a lot of in routes that will work well in a windy game. They're not going to go they're not going deep. He's going to be the dumper right there. So I would still stick with Cook.
All right, so the expert consensus rankings, Fantasy Pros, they compile all the different expert rankings and gives you it in a concise form. It's really helpful. And they have Mike Williams at they have Mike Williams pretty high at 28. And they have Brandon Cooks down, not even in the top 40. So,
Really? Wow.
yeah, so interesting. They're fade. Oh, actually, no, just kidding. Brandon Cooks is 20. Mike Williams is 28th. So sorry, my bad.
Like, wow, he's a sleeper. I would.
Gotta get a better system, guys. Yeah, 20. So Brandon Cooks is the 20th ranked expert consensus ranked projector, and Mike Williams is 28th. So experts say play Cooks, but the wins are making you say play Williams. Is that enough for you to drop 8 positions and play Mike Williams if there's high win games? How much do you think wins affect your performance? I think they've done studies on this, and it's really only if the winds are getting into the extremes, like the liminal, like the 30-mile-per-hour game winds, that type of thing. I think that's when we're talking winds affecting your performance.
Did you guys see that terrible shank on that field goal kick last week, where the wind literally took the ball and just pushed it right out of the way?
Yes.
That was ridiculous. If it's like that, I don't think anybody's catching the football. But I don't think it's going to be that bad.
No,
I guess.
I can look it up if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Where am I looking up for the weather? Sorry, I've missed it.
Was it Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
All right. So this is great, guys. Having a great time. I'm very glad everyone is joining us. We're going to keep going through the games. We've done one. The next game on our docket is the Eagles at the Giants. The over-under is 44.5 points. We got Miles Sanders and Alshon Jeffries returning for the Eagles. Devontae Freeman was recently placed on the IR. The old man is getting beat up. Alfred Morris, is he a sneaky play this week? Eagles are 24th against the run, and David Jones has 13 turnovers through 9 games. Not good. A lot of potential with that guy. He's got to get his head straight. What do we think, guys?
That's what everybody keeps saying about Jones, and I keep waiting for him to actually get his shit together, and it just, I don't know what his deal is. It's like he makes some brilliant plays and some brilliant throws, but god dang, does he freaking like to throw picks.
Yes, he does.
I'll tell you what, he's not going to have an easy week. The Eagles front four, their defensive line is very good this year. I got my notes right here. So Giants D has been surprisingly good. Wentz has been sacked too many times, and he has way too many turnovers. So does Daniel Jones. Alshon and Sanders could be back. I don't think Alshon's going to do much. Sanders is going to be a big help for the Eagles. Daniel Jones has not been very good either. It's going to be a battle of the defenses. Both defenses, if you got them, I say start them. You got sputtering offenses, and the Giants D is actually quite good this year, surprisingly.
Yes, they are. They're not making any real big news. They don't. Who's their highlight players? Can you who's the standout player on defense? I can't even think of.
Yeah.
I know, it's amazing. It's just like journeymen. They don't have they usually have a huge stars on defense, on the lines. Usually the Giants line always has Pro Bowl stars, but
Michael Strahan is now the host of a morning show every morning.
Yeah, I know.
It's been that way for years, though.
That's amazing.
He took over for Regis for a while, didn't he? Regis and Kelly?
Right.
Michael and Kelly?
Yeah.
Wild.
All right, to that last question we had about wins. Thank you, Malkier. It is only 20-mile-per-hour winds suspected, so I do not believe this enough to truly make you want to make crazy decisions at wide receiver. Go with the one you think is going to have it. You would have already thought was having a good game. Okay, guys. It is. First off, Dean, great job. Those are great facts. Those are super helpful. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I went through it last night. Took a bunch of notes. We gotta pick up for our senior soothsayer because he's not with us today.
Man.
No, yeah,
we're having to go get shrooms, I guess.
Oregon bound. All right, so team number 3. So this is third matchup. All right, this is the football team versus the Lions. The over-under is 46.5 points. All right, the comeback player of the year is Alex Smith. I'm deeming it now, although he did throw 3 picks last week. We're going to give that guy a mulligan. This is one of my favorite stories in sports right now of the decade is Alex Smith's return to form. Well, not to form. I mean, his leg is returned to form, thank gosh. But yeah, this guy almost died from an injury and all the surgeries he had to go through and infections and what have you. It's just one of the craziest stories. The guy literally almost dies, and now he's playing football again. And how did he get the job? Because the guy before him just got demolished. And then the guy before him got demolished too. Football is... Maybe they should get an offensive line over at the football team. Anyway, so Stafford got his bell rung last week, no concussion. I don't believe it. I think they're lying. I think he's had a running concussion for 10 years, and that explains some of his decision making. Detroit's allowing a 17-5 touchdown to interception ratio. So teams against him are averaging 17 touchdowns, and they're only getting 5 interceptions. And the Lions have a 3-headed monster for the backfield. It's hard to pick a Lions running back, is it not?
I would go with Swift.
Well, yeah, and we can also say that Adrian Peterson is getting a remarkable number of touches, much more than I had thought. And he is still, I mean, he's doing what he's been doing for the last 4 years or so, getting 5 or 6 yards. He's not been bad. He's not been great, but he's been getting a lot of touches. If talking about comeback player of the year, I don't know.
Oh,
he may be in there.
I have opinions on Peterson
Talk
because he's on my roster. Well, he was. He's on my bench now, but he started off pretty hot. He was getting like, I think his first game he had like 92 yards or something like that, 5 or 6 yards a carry. But ever since then, and Swift has been getting better. He's kind of on the decline, but he is getting 4 to 6 points consistently. But I wouldn't use him.
No, especially today.
To.
I mean, and Washington is a good defense. I mean, they're a top 10 defense for sure. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go well for Detroit. It's a running game at all.
Yeah, I mean, and what I was highlighting is that there's just 3 viable options that Detroit's are playing with. And if you're a coach, go for it. If you don't have a standout like Dalvin Cook style running back, this is what you do. And this is what the nature of fantasy football has been dealing with for the last 5 to 6 years is just running back by committee. And you're trying to guess which one's going to have the game that week. And you can't predict game flow. You can look at matchups and go, oh my gosh, look at this. They're good against the pass. They're bad against the run. And lo and behold, they run it, 500 times. And no one can truly predict the future. But yeah, fantasy football, you're really trying to get that one team who really likes that bell cow running back. And you want at least 15 carries a game. And no one, I don't think, in Detroit's going to be getting like over, consistently over 10 carries a game, which is hard.
No.
Yeah, and the thing with Detroit is they're always behind, so they're not going to run it.
Exactly. It's always on Stafford for the fourth quarter. He maybe runs it
Stafford
once or
having
twice.
to throw a bomb or something like that.
Yeah,
I feel so bad for that guy. He's always under pressure.
And apparently he's been had a concussion the whole season. right.
The last 10 years. 10 years.
Last 10 years, that's right.
10-year concussion.
Fully concussed.
This is his 12th season here, I think.
It's been a long time. I think I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
If you gave Stafford the Chiefs lineup, will he win a Super Bowl?
No.
Brother Dan believes he would. I
Yep.
don't. I think he's flawed. I think he's fundamentally flawed in clutch situations or just something about like not being a winner. There's something about him where he's just not a winner. But also it's hard to say because he's had like some of the worst defenses his whole career. He's never had a good defense, has he?
He has like over
there was a year
40,
or two, I believe.
He has over 40 fourth quarter comeback wins in his career. That's not necessarily his fault. I don't blame. I don't blame a lot of Detroit's woes on Stafford, and I think that if he had Dallas, if it was him and Zeke, and he had the options of a true line, and some offensive weapons. Once Calvin Johnson left, we got Galladay now, but I mean Marvin Jones Jr. is hit and miss. We spent money on Jesse James, the tight end. What the? And then got Hawkinson. All this is weird. Stupid car making owners.
And, super
Stick to Explorers and F-150s. Stay away from the Lions, would you?
Yeah, it seems like sometimes sports teams are just become like pet projects for rich people. It's like, no, seriously, like let's get at it.
Well, when someone dies, then people inherit teams, and you just don't know. Like, and that's infamous in Detroit. The Elliches own the Tigers, and I think the Red Wings, and the Fords have owned the Lions for since the 40s or 50s.
Be sure to smash our like button and subscribe to our channel.
Smash.
Football is war.
All right, speaking of war,
Line up, check.
all right.
What are we doing? We doing mine this time?
Let's do you.
All right, cool.
Sadly, all right, here is the matchups again. Brother Dan, you're going against Sakaran Riyadh. This is a tough opponent, but already you have a higher projected point total than them. All right, here we go.
I don't.
Huh?
Do I?
No, he doesn't. No,
I don't.
Sacks up by 5 predicted points, apparently.
Yeah, I'm expecting to get beat.
It just not means anything.
I've been needing glasses for a while, but I have a oddly shaped head in special order.
But Rivers did get him 2 less than projected, so the gap has closed.
Look at me, hunting Chubb, baby.
Yes,
I should just change my team name.
You just did it for comedic value. All right.
I did try to trade for Kareem Hunt earlier this week. Did you know Nick Chubb was coming back when you said no?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, because I saw your chat and you were like, well, I got Henry and I'm really looking for a nice number 2 here.
I said,
I'm like, man, that's my number 1. I don't know. I'm like, and your offer wasn't bad, but I counter offered. I don't know.
Yeah, you wanted Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf, I believe. Let me just give away my team.
Just Wilson. Nope, just Wilson for Hunt and
that wasn't gonna happen.
Hawkinson or something like that. So I threw it out there. I tried to give you Hunt.
Well, I did not know Chubb was coming back, so I'm thankful you said no.
Oh, okay. So I thought you wanted him, even though you knew he was coming back, because you wanted to play him. You wouldn't. Who would you play this week? Of the 2,
Who would? I would probably play Hunt just for volume's sake. I think Chubb comes in and vultures a touchdown. But like I said earlier, I understand he's been practicing in full all week, but there's nothing to prepare you for full speed football like full speed football. I don't think he gets a full workload.
Okay. All right.
And since we don't come back and check, I can make whatever statements I want.
I would say that to your question, I answered incorrectly. I knew that he was potential to come back. It wasn't until he practiced in full on Wednesday and then on Thursday that I knew he was back. And the trade was done, I think Sunday or Monday. You had offered. We had kind of gone back and forth. So I did not know, but I had hoped.
All right.
Word.
No, I mean, I think they're both viable plays this week. It's against
Absolutely.
Houston. Houston's bottom 20th in every defensive stat. Like, they're horrible this year, and so
they're fourth. They're like 28th, I think.
So
they're so bad. Even J.J. Watt, who's possibly the nicest man in the NFL, doesn't want to be on that team anymore.
Well, they just fired the PR director because she had spoken out politically again in regards to what's going on, and she was fired for no longer being a part of the culture. I don't know if you guys heard this. And so JJ Watt is like, no, this woman was So PR, she was the director of PR or a manager of PR. It's something that people mostly don't see, but does work with the players quite a bit. She has a fantastic reputation. She was fired mostly because she spoke out politically, saying that Biden should just be, the winner. The owner of the Texans or the management of the Texans took issue with that, fired her for no longer being a part of the culture of the team. I think those are quotes. And I think she is gathering like a whole lawsuit, potentially saying what the fuck. But in the meantime, JJ Watt came out and said this is not a good thing for our team at all. She is beloved. I really loved her. Everyone around me loved her, and I wish that they had not done that.
That's horrible.
So you know. Yeah,
right.
so you know.
Oh, thank you.
So there is all kinds of influx going on with the Texans right now. I wouldn't touch them with your 10-foot pole, Rob.
I mean, this one.
What is happening?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Look at that beautiful boom.
Boom.
Hey, bro. Nice boom. Where'd you get that boom?
Boom.
Okay, let us. Actually, I think this is the perfect time to take a 10-minute break. We're going to take a 10-minute intermission break, and we're going to do our things. And if you guys can all mute your mics, it's very helpful. And let's be back in 10 minutes.
Homunculus Rex is playing for us. Awesome.
Thank you. Yes. All right.
Awesome. Everyone can unmute their mics.
Thank you, Dan. We are coming back. Yes, post your line of questions. Keep the conversation going. Jake D, you're right. Remember, at any moment, you might be hearing some of the greatest psychedelic music ever on this channel. Yes, I'm a part of a band called Homunculus Rex, and we make some great original music. And I was thinking during that break, if you in the audience have original music yourself, and you are a fan of the show and you want to be, featured in my 10-minute break intermission music, you let me know. Communicate with us. Find us on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll play your band.
How can we'll play your band? I mean, if we agree, like politically, I guess. I mean, don't come here with like some C. Kyle shit. But all right, so Bobby Shmurda, our good friend Bobby's back. Travis,
hi, Shmurda.
Jalen Rager or Justin Jefferson, PPR. Whew. Oh, we got a mouthful of food.
Breakfast is champion.
Travis Fulgham's been doing the do for like the past 4 weeks.
Yes, I agree.
Keep him playing.
I agree. Justin Jefferson's being affected a lot by the Cooks effect. That's for sure. Oh man, we're having trouble streaming to Facebook for some reason. Assholes. All right, so
screw Facebook.
Oh God.
So Bobby, how did our advice go last time? I know that you asked us a question. I don't remember exactly what it was, but how'd it go? Give us some feedback.
Right. Yeah, because by design we do not go back to check if we were right or wrong. So
right.
We're always right, obviously.
We're completely unaccountable. Awesome. So yeah, we all agree. Fulgham. Full game Fulgham is what they call him. Full game Fulgham. He's all full game. He runs, he gets his touchdowns, and he yells, full game. Okay, I'll stop sniffing into the mic. Someday I'll learn how to stop.
You sound like Donald Trump Jr. up there on the.
I know.
All right, sorry, Dean.
Moving on. Jaguars at the Packers. Here we go. We have Jake Luton. Who? Right. 300 plus yards and a touchdown. What? I think he was the first player to start a game and have 300 yards and a rushing touchdown in his first game as a quarterback. Luton went shark hunting. This is to Darren Defner's question. Yes, Luton went shark hunting last game. He had 7 catches for 146 yards and a tote. Packers are the 4th against the pass, though. Not good. Packers are stopping the pass. The Jaguars allow 148 rushing yards in the at road games, and they allow 309 passing yards in road games. So what does this say? It says play your Packers, and
I am.
Yes. What does this say? I mean, we need some analysis. Dean is back. He's getting his mics in. What are the biggest pertinent things?
What I missed?
We told him to start Brady last week over Herbert.
We sure did.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't there last week. Yeah.
Sure did.
That's all right. I put in that. I was like, I had the same pain. I played Brady last week and got 2 points.
Bobby Shmurda.
Man. Who would have thunk it though?
2 points. Seriously.
And then he goes to the world.
Well, thanks for coming back anyway, brother.
I take it right here, man. I take it. I feel that. My bad. Nah. Wow. I don't.
Well, we love you. We're glad you're back. Sorry about that. Welcome, Jasmine.
Welcome, Dan. Lesson learned. Don't ask them to come give us my past advice.
No, Ryan. We deserve to be humbled. We learned.
I'm feeling so bad. We got to go to the Mustache Hall of Fame right now.
What?
Wait, what?
This is Jake Luton, and he does have a mustache. It's current. He's with, and he is now in the Mustache Hall of Fame. Not nearly as fun as the past representatives of the Mustache Hall of Fame. As we go through and admire these just beautiful, beautiful stashes, I just wanted to say that mustaches don't need to be exuberant. You can have just a casual, just I'm gonna go to church.
Actually, I'd rather like kind of point out his flow. No, put him back. Look at that hair. Look at that haircut. That's like you know, you take a picture and you go, yeah, I kind of want it to look like that. Like I don't want to part. I want it to just flow from my ear way on over.
Guys, that is a boy's traditional right there.
There is no part there at all, huh? It just flows.
When my hair's longer, I do my hair like that. So, you know, I don't grow this.
See, Robbie?
There's not much there at the moment. Sorry.
You could literally just ride that wave. I believe if he had headlights, they're just riding that epic, like, huge wave, and they're like, it's never coming down. All right.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you had long hair, Mox.
Oh, yeah.
I've always seen it pulled back. That's funny.
Yeah.
His hair's longer than mine.
Hey, let it go. Let it flow.
All right. Oh, my gosh. He's still our friend. Shoo.
Cheers to you, Bobby.
This is Bobby Schmurda.
Friends.
Right there, baby.
All right. So Jake D says, I have a few eggs in the Buccaneers basket and got boned pretty hard last week. I think those are two separate statements, and I'm proud. I'm happy for both of you, Jake.
Yeah. On point A, sorry. On point B, right on.
I hope it was consensual. All right. Desmond, you got
my beer.
I want to say, you know, obviously the Mustache Hall of Fame starts because of my glorious stash, but look at we have some live stash. Desmond's representing in the stash world. Dean's got a pretty nice stash, although he's going more beard and kind of downplaying the stash, kind of a pencil stash. Oh my gosh.
Another stash.
Did that happen? If you were
here
live, you
did.
saw
I know, right?
All right.
If someone actually stayed 1 hour and 20 minutes in, then yeah, they got a stash.
Brother Dan, there's like a strange man in your house. Like I'm concerned.
And he has a pan up my ass. I don't know what's going on.
Ow, my face!
Hey, fix my camera.
You know.
Okay.
Let's go on with the games, Ryan. We're kind of running out of time.
We are running out of time. We always do. So we just finished up. Anybody have anything else to say about the Jaguars and Packers? Dean, did we get all your notes in? Jaguars and Packers.
Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are going to go off. Could also be a good game for Aaron Jones.
They always do. Devontae Adams is a freaking stud.
He's the only wide receiver averaging 100 yards this year.
He's the only reason I've won any games this year.
Yeah, that's like Kyler Murray for me. That guy's carried me through so many games.
Yeah, I know. That's the only reason why you bought your clothes, also, right?
I've had these for years. Thank you.
Just kidding. Yeah.
James Robinson will be the only good Jag. Green Bay run defense ain't great. Sorry, guys. I was a little drunk when I took these notes yesterday. So
no, sorry. No, I was gonna through my numbers. I was saying the only plausible player for the Jaguars is their running back. All right, we're gonna
right. I mean, and we are in the outdoors, and it's not super snowy or anything, but it is going to affect young players more than I think Green Bay. You know, maybe this is where the home field advantage comes from without fans. Is if you're in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, maybe we'll start seeing the home field advantage start when cold. Yeah, good point. Very good point. Very good point.
That is a very good point.
Bucks at Panthers. Over under is 50.5 points. That's a lot of scoring. The Bucks are the fewest rushing attempts, like ever.
That's awesome. That's a good stat.
Yeah. Just put that in mind. Ever at this point in the league, ever fewest rushing attempts. Apparently, they're like, hey, we're gonna get Brady, so let's just use him and abuse him. The Panthers gave the Chiefs a fright last week. That's pretty exciting. We'll see if that's going to carry over this week. Although we do have McCaffrey out. That's a big issue. The guy came in, looked amazing again, broke his shoulder. He's out again. Tampa Bay allows 77.9 rushing yards, and that is the best in the league. So Mike Davis might be struggling, and Teddy Bridgewater threw for 367 yards against the Bucks in week 2. What is behind those numbers, guys?
Brady.
I think there's going to be a bounce back game for Brady. I've been watching the guy play since what was I, like 12 when he came into the league, and I think he's lost back-to-back games less than this many times.
Isn't that amazing?
So I'm thinking bounce back game for Brady. Panthers passing offense has been really good, but inconsistent for receivers. Who's Teddy Bridgewater throwing to this week? There's your question.
Yeah. Which he has two DJs, right? No, he's got Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore, or both like
Robbie Anderson
fast. And Robbie Anderson. So Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore. I watched the video about the fastest carries of the year so far. It was the top 10 like clocked players this year, and Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore were on that. So two players for the Panthers have clocked the fastest speeds in the league, the entire league, which is astounding. But it kind of hinders a team to have two players with the same skill set like that. They're both kind of small and fast, and they don't have that big bodied like end zone threat really. So it would be an interesting game, but it's great to see Teddy Bridgewater. He's so efficient and he's so underrated, and he's having such a great year. And he's like just cobbling together, decent, if not wins, but I mean, really competitive games every week. So I'm excited.
Bridgewater could be the comeback player of the year as well. You mentioned Alex Smith.
Great point. Absolutely great point. I mean, Alex Smith, just for just the heart and soul of it all. I mean, if he can actually have any type of season, they'll just give it to him just for the PR maybe. But you are right, though. Teddy Bridgewater is a great story.
What is Teddy Bridgewater ranked this week? If you can look that up, if you have it handy. But in the meantime, to your point, Tom Brady is 7-1 in games that he's lost by over 20 points on the next game.
What was your question, Dan? I'll look it up for you. Sorry.
Teddy Bridgewater is. I got that, buddy. Teddy Bridgewater is the 18th ranked consecutive. So all the consecutive rankings, they have him at 18th.
I think he does better than that.
Yeah. Why? They have him. Below him, they have Joe Burrow, Drew Lock, Tua. I think he's going to beat all these guys. Ryan Tannehill against Indy. They think Ryan Tannehill against Indy is going to be better than Bridgewater.
Well, Ryan Tannehill already played against Indiana, and I don't have the numbers for what he did.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah, it was so very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Good question, Dad.
Thanks for looking it up.
All right, let's move on. Anybody? Actually, have we exhausted our notes about Bucks at Panthers? All right, good. Chargers at Dolphins. Over under is 48.5. Do you guys know that the Dolphins have a kick-ass defense? It's pretty astounding. They are like a true bend don't break defense. They are leading the league in like so many categories. I mean, no. So it's scoring. Like you can't score on them, but you can move the ball on them, which is very interesting. So
they got beat up last week, did they not? They got beat down.
Yes, but prior to that, they were the top defense going into
because they hadn't faced anybody. Miami's my team, y'all. Like I've been following Miami. Like I've relied heavily on them, but they haven't really faced anybody. So this will be interesting.
This is going to be a fun game to watch because these are two rookie quarterbacks, and these guys are kind of like the future of the NFL. So I'm really interested to see how they do. I think it's going to be a slugfest. I think there's going to be lots of scoring.
Yes,
and I do want to point out that Miami is missing their lead running back, Myles Gaskin, former UW alum. And so they're going to have issues on the ground, I think.
That's a very good point, Desmond.
Phillip Rivers is the 23rd consensus ranked quarterback, and Tua is ranked 15.
Why are we talking about Phillip Rivers?
Yeah, not Rivers.
My goodness.
Or Heber.
Oh, geez. Oh, I'm in a time warp. Yeah. Whoa, crazy. Herbert is ranked 5.
Okay. There you go.
Ranked 5. Yeah, I think. And every highlight I've seen of him, I've yet to be able to really catch a full game, but he's dropping dimes. He reminds me of Peyton Manning. It's really astounding. He has every throw in his pocket. There's so many different angles of delivery. He's calm. He stands up big in the pocket. It's really exciting to see that. How like no one was really talking about him coming into the league into this year.
Yeah, there's some very pretty throws, but Miami is very good in the red zone.
Yes, and they've only allowed 11 passing touchdowns.
Oh yes, so this is going to be a fun game to watch. If you can see it, guys, do it. Do it, Dua.
Yeah.
Plus, these are two quarterbacks that were available when the Lions were drafting. Yeah, Jeff Okudah. So, yeah. God damn.
Jeff Okudah. So you're a huge. So you've been following Miami, right, Dez?
Yeah, correct. And okay, so Miami has two issues right now. As I said earlier, they're missing their lead running back, who's been getting better and better every game. I followed him when he was in college. And they also are missing Preston Williams, who is their second best receiver, arguably. So that puts all the work on Devontae Parker, who I imagine that the Chargers might double cover, which is going to screw me in fantasy points, but it's the game.
That's the game. Who's behind Devontae Parker? That like if they're going to be able to take him out, who is the second option?
I don't even know, honestly, because it was all Preston Williams and Devontae Parker. They have a tight end who's pretty good. I think his name is Mike Gesicki.
Yep.
So he might be getting some of the workload. But Miami has been known for these little quick, short dump-off passes to running backs, and I think Matt Breida is back in the lineup, but he's not really known for that. So Tua's going to have Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki, and that's, I guess, about it in terms of reliable people who can catch the ball. So he might have to use his legs.
Nice. Yes. And I can see that happening. I mean, so what do you think the over-under of Tua getting 40 yards rushing?
I'd say it's a pretty high probability. He did it last game fairly easily, and I don't know how the Chargers are against the rush. And I think Tua is going to be one of those dual threat quarterback types that we see so often. He reminded me a lot of Russell Wilson in his last game, except a left-handed Russell Wilson. So we'll see.
Right on. What do you think, Dean?
This is probably my most bare-bone notes for this game. I've got on here literally Tua time. LA pass defense is not great. Air Bear versus Tua. You call it.
Okay, nice.
Air Bear.
Air Bear. Okay, so Matt Breida's. I think I was surprised about how his usage was running at the beginning of the year. I thought I actually drafted him late in one of my leagues because I thought of it. He was a sneaky play. He was great in San Francisco. I don't know if he just needs to have the right system and that system worked for him, but he's one of those players that he would clock like amongst the fastest times of a player. So when he was with the Niners, he definitely had one of those runs that was, I think, one of the fastest in the leagues up there with Tyreek Hill. So hopefully you can get him going. He's got a great story. But all right, let's move on from that one. Obviously, Air Bear, play him, enjoy him, root for him. All right, Broncos at Raiders. Over under 50.5 points, and the Raiders have allowed 318.3 passing yards at home. Kenny Golladay is still out with a hip injury for the Broncos. Vegas allows only 86.7 rushing yards at home. Vegas, the home scoring is 25.7, and away scoring, they average 28.2. So Raiders score more on the road than at home, which is odd. And Carr has a 16-2 touchdown interception ratio, which is surprising to me. Gruden has somehow tapped into Carr and brought out a lot of his potential. And what they did against the Chiefs, where they let Carr just bomb away, like what was going on? That was so much fun to watch. And then the next game, they don't they don't start bombing out. All of a sudden they're running. What I'm getting at is that the Raiders offense is versatile, and it's really hard to kind of predict game flow because they switch it up so much. Right. And I know this intimately because I have Josh Jacobs, and he's, when they play him and they give him the ball, he'll get you over 100 yards. But some games they're just not even giving him the ball, but then they're still winning. So it's hard to predict all of that. But what do you guys think about this matchup? Broncos at Raiders. What do your notes say?
So I've got on here Lindsey and Gordon will probably continue to split touches to the chagrin of my fantasy football team because I keep playing Melvin Gordon. Some weeks he gets me 15 to 20. Some weeks he gets me half a point. I don't know what to do about that. I got Jerry Jeudy is a lock. That man can catch that ball. And I think a lot will depend on how Drew Lock plays. I think the Raiders will probably win this game because they have that just win mentality. Like you said, who the hell knows where their offense is going to come from on a weekly basis, but it does come.
It does come. Yes. Thank you for that. Jerry Jeudy is the 27th ranked consensus ranked wide receiver. And he we might need to look up and see if he's active. It looks like we have him as questionable. Do we know anything about Jerry Jeudy? All right, Malkier talks. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, and then it's spelled Jeudy.
I have him as active and as like the number 3 option on the scroll that I had seen recently. So I did. There was not any queue or anything near him.
Okay.
I think if you got Jeudy, you got to play him, at least in the flex.
It looks like they're down as questionable.
All right, so he might,
Okay, so it's game time decision, I guess. Huh.
And what time is that game, guys? Is that a morning game, or I think we're still in the morning game? So
I think that's early.
That's weird.
That's early game.
Did not practice Wednesday, limited on Thursday and Friday. Head coach said he is pretty confident Jeudy will be able to play. And that's the most detail I'm finding for him.
All right. Well, if you guys know in the chat,
if he plays, you got to play him.
Yes. All right, so let's move on from this to the next one. We got the Bills at Cardinals. The over-under is 49.5 points. Here we have the Josh Allen. He's got 19 passing touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns. Tua scored 34 points against the Cardinals last week. What does that mean for Josh Allen?
27. The defense scored 7.
Good point. Kyler Murray, he has 16 passing touchdowns and 8 rushing touchdowns, so they each have the same number of touchdowns, just getting them in different ways. Kyler Murray's on pace for 4,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards in one season, which is astounding.
Well, not only that, but the Cardinals are on pace to get the most yards ever.
Wow. That's great. So yeah, and they're not even talking about this team. I mean, it doesn't really feel like they're under the radar in every regard, but they just are really focusing on Kyler Murray as if he's just like carrying a bunch of scrubs to victory. But he's got a great team. He's got a great line. They got DeAndre Hopkins has been a huge boon for them. I mean, how great is that? You get a rookie quarterback, and then the next year they trade for DeAndre Hopkins and say, "Here you go, buddy." Like, how great is that? And I just keep thinking, you can't help but think about the Aaron Rodgers story. Like, what if they got Aaron Rodgers, anybody to play with? What would that be like? But
right, and that guy handled it with more grace than most people would have, especially in an age where you can just tweet your anger out. That guy handled it well. He's like, well, okay, no big deal. We'll just do what we do. And he threw like 4 touchdowns the first fucking game.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That really boosted Aaron Rodgers in my eyes. Actually, the first game of the season when they could have certainly gotten a good wide receiver, and they did not.
So horrible. Desmond, do you think Josh Allen is going to continue to look like the MVP Josh Allen from last week?
Well, the Cardinals defense, as you saw, didn't do so hot against Tua, and I think Tua is underrated, granted. But Josh Allen, he's also another good passing quarterback, and I think this might be a shootout like with Tua and Kyler Murray last week. I kind of see a repeat. I just hope the Bills run the ball because I need the fantasy points.
So okay, so who do you got? You got Zach Moss, right? You traded for him, correct?
I have Zach Moss for the Bills, and I have Kyler Murray for the Cardinals. So I have interests on both sides in this game. So I'll be watching it closely.
It's a big game for you. What do you think, Dean? Do you think Josh Allen's going to continue to roll?
So I think he very well could. I agree with Des. I think it's probably going to go down to a shootout with these two guys. However, I do have to say, whoever made these lists for me to get notes on totally skipped that game. We went from Broncos and Raiders straight to Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers. So I don't have any notes for this game. Beautiful.
All right. Yep.
It's right there.
Oh, true.
Oh, man.
I'm a puppet.
I don't know if you saw that bus I just threw you under.
I'm feeling a burn. On this side of my face, I'm getting a suntan. And on this,
need some aloe vera for that, Ryan.
The burn.
I'm back. Jesus Christ.
Hey, man. Ryan, you're doing a great job. Actually, y'all are. This is fun. I'm so glad. This is a great time.
I'm here to look shit up. That's why I'm here.
Hey, can you Google Pamela Anderson sex tape? No.
Pamela Anderson.
No, you're gonna get on list.
And puppets
on VHS. Jesus,
in love.
I'm an old man.
All right. Well, yeah. So F this game. Dean doesn't know anything about it.
But this should be exciting.
Dean does not have an opinion if he can't look it up prior. All right, we're moving on to the Bengals at Steelers. Over under is 46 points. And Joe Burrow, he has the second most passing yards since week 6. They've uncorked him. The Steelers equal the 5th in scoring. Total scoring at 29.4 points a game. Steelers give up only 3.25 yards per carry, which is, I think, amongst the lowest in the league. Bengals give up 152 yards per game rushing on the road, and Joe Mixon is out. So that's just a hodgepodge of random little facts that aren't really connected.
Well, no, they actually are, because the Steelers only giving up 3 yards a carry. That's without figuring Joe Mixon out. So I think Joe Burrow is going to have a game. I think he's going to throw probably 40 times.
Yes. No, 30 or 40. Which one?
40. I just said I think he's going to throw a 40.
Oh, I thought you said 30 or 40 times. I was just playing with
No, I said he's going to throw about 40.
Okay, beautiful.
Don't worry, Ryan. I heard 30.
Now that we're talking,
don't worry.
I'm sorry.
Now that we're talking about this game,
I would say 40. So let's say 38 and a half. What's your over-under on Burrow attempts?
38 and a half under.
Under.
Really?
Desmond, you going to break the tie here?
Really?
well, you see, I have mixed interest in this because I have T. Higgins, and I think Quarter Badger said put him in over Godwin, and T. Higgins has done pretty well. So, I mean, I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm just going to say 30. I'm just going to put it right at 30.
Under.
I think they are going to be behind, and I think the run game is going to be shit, and I think that Burrow is going to have to be Stafford.
I think he might be
throw it a whole bunch.
We're putting push-ups on.
And I think he might pop a few picks because Steelers are pretty damn good. Let's be honest.
I would say he has. I'll do push-ups on. I'll say he has 10 attempps in the fourth quarter.
What? Okay.
The specificity there. Wow.
That you just moved the goalpost. You went from a goalpost to a putting range. Anyone?
Anyone? All right.
Then again, Pittsburgh almost lost to Dallas last week. So I mean, it's just like there's so many variables. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so what do we make of that? That's an interesting situation. That Dallas resurgence, is that more about Dallas pulling their heads out of their asses, or is that more about the Steelers under, not preparing for that?
I think the Steelers looked past them and almost got pooped on because of it. I don't think that that's going to have any effect on what they do versus Cincinnati. It is a division game. Steelers defense has been very good, and the Bengals have been giving up tons of sacks. Joe Burrow has been on the ground a lot this season. Bounce back game for James Carter. I think he's going to come out and do the do. And then the question with so many teams this year is, who is the quarterback throwing to? Is Chase Claypool going to grab another 3 touchdowns? Is he throwing to his Eric Ebron? Does Ebron score again? He scored twice in a row.
He jumped over someone last week.
Yeah, hurdled that dude.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the tight end position is I mean, yeah, the Steelers may be vulnerable to that option a lot today. I'm looking at Burrow to sling him, man. I'm seriously. I don't see him going deep very often, but I see him throwing a lot of attempts.
No, yeah, I mean, you might be right, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So you're solidly at 38.6 over passing attempts. You over? Yes, got it. Over. So Bengals at Steelers, done. 49ers at Saints. Here are random hodgepodge of facts. As I got later in the night, these facts become less and less meaningful. Deebo Samuel's out. Brandon Ayuk and Kendrick Bourne return. Richie James, though, last week, he went for 9 receptions, 184 yards, and a tote. He was a revelation. Michael Hasty and Alston Walker are now the 49ers backfield. Who would have thunk it at the beginning of the year? They've lost everyone. Tevin Coleman is not back yet. The Saints are healthy and have 4 legitimate wideouts, and the Niners are not healthy, period. What do we think about this matchup?
Well, I mean, the Saints right now, we have Breeze is leading the league in completion percentage. Mm-hmm. He has like 74% completion rate, which most people are in the low to mid 60s. I think that this is going to continue. I think the Niners started off really promising, and injuries have taken their attrition, and I don't think that they stand a chance. And I think that Breeze is going to continue with his dominance, MVP candidate.
What do you think? Oh, got to put on the brakes. As is contractually obligated, we got to stop everything and answer a question for the chat. Brendan Cooks, Deontay or Jerry Jeudy, PPR.
Deontay.
I mean, okay. I mean, well, we just brought
very succinct, wasn't it? Just Deontay. Done.
Which one? No, you just brought this up. Who's going to be the Steelers wide receiver? Is going to get it. Deontay is not. I mean, if Judy's playing, I am more. If Judy is going to play, I would play Judy. If not, I would go with the other two. I would go with Deontay over Cooks. But yeah, if Judy's playing, I would say Judy just for that one factor, because there is an embarrassment of riches for the Steelers, and they are spreading the ball out, and they tend to ride the hot hand. And like we see, Deontay Johnson had a 2-touchdown game. Claypool had a 3-touchdown game. Rolling the dice with that one. Morning, y'all. I was able to flip AB and Shark for DK. Are you
in the tech?
What is this? Did you do some like mojo shit at home? Did you have a doll? Anyways, now I need a flex. Fulgham, Fournette, or DJ Dallas. Standard scoring. Thank you. All right. So,
man, thanks for the question. And anyone else who has a question about your team, send it in right now. Let's get this done.
All right. Standard scoring is important. Okay. So I imagine Dean's going to say Fulgham. I'm very intrigued by DJ Dallas this week.
So am I. I'd be between those two, DJ Dallas or Travis Fulgham. I think with standard scoring, you might go with DJ Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, I also
they probably both scored a touchdown today, though. So who knows?
Well, which one's more boom or bust, Fulgham or Dallas?
Dallas is probably more boom or bust.
Okay.
I think Fulgham's going to get a healthy workload. Carson Wentz seems pretty comfortable throwing to him. Even if he doesn't score, I could still see him putting up, good flex numbers. I don't think in a non-PPR he wouldn't be your wide receiver 1 or 2, but solid in the flex regardless of what format you're playing on.
You don't think the return of Jeffries is going to affect?
No, I don't. I watched the Eagles every game for the past almost 30 years, and no, there's no consistency. There's no love between Wentz and Alshon Jeffrey. It's not there. The guys don't like each other. It's
and that's a very real variable, to consider.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Dean is like reading into their mind, do you have like minions in the locker room?
I do not.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. What was it? It was last year that an anonymous player was talking crap about Carson Wentz. It was definitely Alshon Jeffrey. Everybody knows it was Alshon.
It wasn't Nelson Aguilar?
No, Nelson Aguilar.
All right, so Desmond, who would you pick out of these? First off, geez, wow, flipping AB.
Fournette's a good option though too, man. I mean, you are sitting on a bag of gold right here with your options here, brother.
Yeah, first of all, fantastic job to flip those guys for DK Metcalf. I don't know who the hell you traded them to. That's
You have trade. One good round with Chark, and suddenly he becomes Beyonce or something.
I mean, those are two good. I mean, those are two. I mean, again, like that's whoever made that call. In the end, I doubt you're going to regret it. But what if though AB returns to form? What if? How's he going to feel about that when he gets DJ Chark, who's like a super solid, play most weeks, and AB return to form? It might. I mean, that's a roll of the dice, but man, that might be a game winner for the guy who got those two players.
And that is kind of to Dean's point about Alshon Jeffries. I mean, chemistry matters. AB is living in fucking Brady's house. And Chark has been like the constant within that offense. So chemistry does matter. So that's an interesting trade. I'm glad you got DK though. He's a stud. Fournette.
What in the hell?
Yeah, baby.
I was
Fournette has the possibility to have a pretty good game though today.
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like he does, but again, I've had him and he is hit or miss. It's just it's rough. He's although he did get six receptions last week in that crazy game. Like the fact I showed you though, the Tampa Bay are having the fewest rushing attempts ever. All right, he's right about Alshon. He's a Foles guy. Okay, good point. All right, Jay says Fuller or Henderson Jr. at the flex.
DPR?
Yes. When you all send us your questions, it would be greatly helpful if you tell us your format.
Yeah, PPR standard, please. But Henderson, Fuller or
thoughts, Dean?
PPR. Just put it in the chat. It's PPR.
Okay.
All right. So Henderson is the 17th ranked running back. And then we're talking about Fuller, who is a wide receiver. All right. Who? Flex. So when I think about these things, I think about when I'm making my flex decisions, I'm thinking about what do I need on my team? Do I need? Am I needing to swing for the fences for my flex? Am I worried about the opponent, or do I need a solid floor from which to go on? And with that in mind, I would just say that the most solid play would be Will Fuller, in my opinion, and Henderson Jr. would be a swing for the fences play. What do you guys think?
I'm always in favor of playing the wide receiver at the flex. That's just my personal go-to.
He's given us an update on his situation. Sorry, I'm staring at the chat.
No, please, no, helpful.
He's projected to win by 10 in his matchup. So, don't know if that makes a difference on what you pick there, guys.
It does. No.
I mean,
if you're already projected to win, you could go with the running back. You could.
That's with Fuller in the lineup, Jay says.
I mean, I would go Henderson. I think that you go with the team that's kind of rolling. I mean, just in general, winning encourages stats. So I would go with Henderson.
This is such a great question. Thank you.
Yeah, really well done, Jay.
Because like literally expert consensus ranking, Henderson is 17, Fuller is 18.
Oh.
Right. And I say the PPR.
Oh, wow.
For me, PPR puts everything towards Fuller and puts that over the edge. For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But again, not bad options to have.
No. Yeah, I wonder what geez, he must have some great wide receivers if he's considering Fuller for the flex. Awesome. You must be kicking ass, Jay. I hope your life's great.
Yeah. Much love, Jay.
If you are a cashier at a Catch Mart, I hope you get out of there and go to Safeway.
Hey, Ryan, we have about 15 minutes left, just to let you know.
You are correct. You know what?
Whoa, did Dan just get on board with timings? And
isn't that amazing? No, it's our thing.
I'm here to help.
The bus is coming.
Yeah, that's totally me. I'm all, hey guys, we should, just so you know, the bus is coming.
All right, well, it's great. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not considering at 10 o'clock a hard out anymore. I mean, we're in the afternoon games. The morning games are not being affected by this. So, we're contractually obligated. I stop everything mid-sentence. Jay, I have Hopkins and Kirk starting a wide receiver. Jeez, good luck to you. You're going to break 200 points.
You heard it here first, ladies and gents. Come back next week, Jay, and tell us how many you actually got.
Yes, please. Yeah. Yes, please. And give us a like and subscribe if you don't mind. Seahawks at Rams.
Subscribe. And then you can know when we're doing this every time. You get a little reminder. You hit the bell.
That bell
and it just kind of just lets you know, hey, in 30 minutes, the way the Leaf are gonna blow your minds once again.
Hey, Dan, I think it's a good time for you to unleash that new jingle you just came up with. The like and subscribe song.
I'm sorry, the what? The
like and subscribe song? We talked about
Here's okay, so it goes. Why not like and subscribe? Because as ISO only says, bro, it's cool as shit.
Yes.
Cool as shit.
Yeah,
bro, that's cool as shit.
Bro, that's cool as shit.
Thank you, ISO only, again for that. We are using that phrase.
This is forever now our motto. That's cool as shit. Bro, that's cool as shit. All right, back to the game. Seahawks at Rams. What is going on with the league when the Seahawks have no defense? What is happening? All right, the Legion of Boom is the Legion of
Doom.
Eating worms in their grave. All right, the Seahawks allow teams to score 30.4 points per game. The Seahawks give up the most passing yards ever.
This is going to be very fun game to watch.
Yes.
I think so too. I think this is the game of the day.
And one of the reasons why you might even fade a little bit on Henderson, because this is just ridiculous. Everyone's passing all over the Seahawks nonstop. And one of the reasons why is because they're taking early leads and dominating games, and teams are having to pass to catch up. But you can move the ball in the air on them. So the Rams give up the second fewest passing yards to opponents. Seahawks score 34.2 points per game, and both teams have lost 2 of the last 3 games. All right, before we get to the numbers, question from the chat. Should I play Jordan Howard or a bag of rocks? Okay.
Oh, I said a chat response.
I've just seen it down. It's a great chat response.
Yes. How about a bag of D? All right, so let's get into that game. Seahawks versus at Rams. What do your notes say?
All right, I've got Russell Wilson will have a comeback game. I don't see him giving up 4 turnovers again this year. I don't think that's going to happen. Seattle's defense is poop, and I got poop with 4 O's, especially against the pass. Goff could be a wild card. If Goff comes out there and throws the ball, I think he's going to put up numbers. And Aaron Donald versus Russell Wilson is going to be something to watch. I think if the offensive line does not protect Wilson, instead of throwing the ball all over the place, he might end up with 100 yards rushing just to get away from Aaron Donald.
Yeah, just run for his life. The whole like he's a little
Those were all very good points, Dean. I would say in regards to Aaron Donald, Seattle line has not been great about protecting, but Russ is great in staying, just slipping through in the pocket and still whipping those balls. You know, he has the second highest completion rating besides Drew Brees. He's over 70. And he has, so this is going to be a great matchup. This is going to be a really fun, and you don't have the crowd as necessarily an influencer as it may have been in the past.
You're right about that. Whipping them balls, Dan. I think that was directly quoted from Adrian Peterson's arrest warrant.
That's what I did to my kids with the switch.
Dean Moxley, what do you think?
What do you mean? What do I think?
Oh no, you already gave your rundown.
4 O's on the poop. That's what I think.
Do you think the Rams? Do you think the Rams are going to be able to slow down the Seahawks in any way, shape, or form?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I think the story is going to be Goff versus Seattle's defense. And if Seattle's defense is able to step up, which they haven't really shown, they're the last in the league. And whether Goff will step up or not, because he has been kind of a wild card.
Shockingly. Yes, you're right about that. All right. We will move on. Just a reminder, Mustache Hall of Fame, very underwhelming Jake Luton. I hope his career is more exciting than his mustache, but I don't want to be mustache discriminatory. All mustaches are valid. All mustaches matter. And we are moving on. The next matchup is Ravens at Patriots. The over-under is 49.5 points. Thanks for laughing into the mic. It helps. Baltimore is top-ranked defense, holding teams to 17.8 points per game. Baltimore. All right. New England is the 25th ranked run defense, so they are pathetic against the run. Newton with 2 rushing touchdowns last week makes it say, can you trust any New England running back? I did call that last week. I said, I don't think if there's a chance Newton's going to run in, if they get the ball within the 10-yard line, he is going to audible out of every pass play and run that puppy in, and he did run 2 touchdowns in. I am a mastermind. Ravens are number 1 ranked rushing offense and the 31st passing offense. What a discrepancy. Lamar Jackson is getting exposed as unable to be a pocket passer, but he needs to be. Anyways, the Ravens have 24 sacks on the year, and the Patriots are giving up only 9 sacks through 8 games. So those are some of the numbers. What do your notes say, guys? What say you? Dean.
Okay. I got here. Newton's going to be in trouble. Cam Newton's definitely not. This is not going to be a good game for him. Ravens pass rush is great. They get to quarterbacks. He's not going to get sacked just once today. He's going to be on the ground quite a bit, I believe. And to push back a little bit, now I don't know how drunk I was when I wrote this down, but I wrote down, look to New England's running backs more than their wide receivers for today. Their running back could actually do something. Now, I don't know if you're going to go with Rex Burkhead or who's that? Damn it, I forgot. I didn't write the other guy's name down. But their other running back has also been contributing. I don't know which one you would play, but I don't think it's going to be a good day for Cam Newton to throw the ball or run the ball. I think Baltimore is going to shut New England down pretty hard.
You don't. Okay, so you're not buying the national narrative that this is going to be a further bounce back game for Cam Newton, and he's just.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Not against that defense. Defense matters, guys. And it's you get that effect where some defenses just make the other team look like they don't know what they're doing, which is what the Patriots have been like this year, and it's kind of weird. Wait, all right, Desmond, are you a fan? Do you think Cam Newton is gonna be at all relevant this year? Would you ever consider starting Cam Newton for the rest of the year?
Probably not.
I mean, they play the Jets again, right?
It seems like he's been backsliding. I mean, I don't know. Didn't he get COVID?
He did have COVID.
No, that is. Do you think there's something to that? Do you think COVID has scrambled his eggs?
Well, I don't know if it has I'm not a doctor or anything. I don't know if it affects the brain, but I mean, he's not this. I don't know if he's not the same or he's just facing different defenses or what, but I wouldn't put him on a starting list. What I'm more interested in is if Lamar Jackson's actually going to throw it at Mark Andrews for once.
Right? No, he's not. I mean, they're not. He's not.
I always have him in my tight end slot. It's like 1 week he has 2 points, the next he has 20.
Yeah. And that's just
what is Lamar Jackson going to do?
Yeah, my kingdom for a tight end who can give me 9 points a week. That would just be ideal. Just give me that 9 solid points a week. The boom bust tight ends are fun and they will win you games, but yeah, you get those 2 points from Mark Andrews. That's it's pretty pathetic. Yeah, I think there's just something going on with Lamar Jackson or how they're scheming the teams. But yeah, they are the first in rushing and then 31st in passing. They're just not passing the ball, especially in the goal.
Yeah, and what happens is I watch those games and it's like Lamar Jackson, he just is he looks once to see if there's anybody wide open, then he just runs. He's like, oh, yeah, nobody's open, so I'm just going to run.
And maybe nobody is open, which might be an issue. Marquise Brown, I don't know if what's going on, but they and Mark Ingram is coming back either this week or soon, so that's going to even affect the run game more because he's so good. Let's actually look that up. Malkier, Mark Ingram, Ingram for the
Mark Ingram is questionable. He could be hobbled by his ankle injury, but if
don't steal my job.
Oh, sorry.
No, but
you're fine. You carry on. It's okay.
No, Malkier, no, get us the live shit. He's just looking at his notes.
No, this was.
Oh no, never mind. Just kidding.
Go for it, Malkier.
We're all good.
Nope.
Questionable. Questionable is where we're at.
All right. If you have any questions that pertain to the morning games, ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 minutes left before tip-off. So get your lineup questions in. Fast and furious. It'll be lightning round. We're ready for it.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
I've got one. I've got a question.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got Jerick McKinnon or Melvin Gordon? Because they're both hit or miss.
I'm on the McKinnon train.
Who's McKinnon playing against?
The Niners are up against New Orleans. New Orleans is the 28th ranked team to play against. They're really, really hard to play against for running backs, it says.
That's an amazing question. Dean, the expert consensus rankings have Melvin Gordon at 18 and Jerick McKinnon at 19. That's amazing. I love it. Wow. Yeah, so we're talking flip of the coin. McKinnon.
McKinnon's been hot. He had 13 and 12 the last 2 games. Melvin Gordon has had 1.5 and 7. But Melvin Gordon's going up against Vegas, who's not very good against the run. And McKinnon's going against New Orleans, who is very good against the run. And Mostert could be back. Is he playing this week?
All right, Matt Mayoko of NBC Sports Bay Area says Jerick McKinnon will get a lot of work in Week 10 against the Saints. I am a Matt Mayoko fan. If he says so, fire McKinnon up. Yes, McKinnon, go for it. I agree.
I think I will do. that just because Melvin Gordon's pissed me off so much the past couple weeks. Yep, there it is.
Good luck
Set.
with that one. And I hope that's a miserable failure. I'm glad you don't actually know if I'm giving you advice. I might be faking you out and trying to get you to make the wrong call.
Do you have that in your heart, though? You have that in the little puppet heart?
Nope. You're right. You got me there.
Hold on, Ryan, your puppy came with a heart?
I'm all heart. What?
Your puppy came with... Hold on.
Your puppet came with guitar playing abilities, Dan. Don't you worry.
My puppet doesn't have a heart, man.
No, you sold your heart for the guitar playing abilities, Dan. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I wish I got a better deal.
No, we love your songs, Dan. So
we got one more game left, right? Minnesota, Chicago.
We got two.
The divisional matchup: Vikings versus the Bears.
Keep going.
Yeah, go on.
The Bears have Soldier Field, cold weather stadium. The Vikings have played the Bears 198,000 times in their career, and they're exactly half good and half bad.
Okay.
Cousins have never beaten the Bears. Chicago has held Cooks to 87 yards in the last 3 matches. That's pretty darn good. Chicago's only the 29th offense with 19.8 passes per game. But Chicago's top 10 of running past offense this year, and David Montgomery is out with an injury. He hurt his dick. So let's go get a beer. We're gonna go we'll eat some sausages, and we're gonna let's talk the Bears and the Vikings, right?
America's game of the week: Bears versus Vikings.
The weather's looking pretty shitty.
Oh, we got bad weather.
Yeah, 29 miles per hour winds. That's looking pretty crappy.
Welcome to the upper Midwest.
Yeah. I've been to Chicago, yeah. It's only 41 degrees Fahrenheit as well. So it's not even going to be that warm.
They're playing tomorrow, right? Tomorrow night? Monday Night Football?
Oh, is it Monday Night Football? It's still 27 miles per hour, you know.
The Ravens game is tonight.
It's going to be warmer.
Yeah, Ravens Patriots are Sunday night.
It's going to be
Chicago tomorrow night.
A tad warmer, but not by much. It's only 51. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, not looking that great.
Yeah, it's going to be colder than that tomorrow night.
You know what? Cold is not really. I don't believe cold's an issue. The biggest issue is, I think, even data plays this out. I'll put the links in the description. But I think the data in my brain says that they've only found discrepancies in scoring when it's the most extremes, like blizzard type snows or winds over 30 miles per hour. And it's really more wind than anything is what is the bigger determinant of whether weather is going to be.
The wind's not that bad. Monday Night Football is only 16 miles per hour. So,
right. Minnesota's defense sucks, which is a weird thing to say.
Yep.
That's a lot of weird things to say. Chicago's is much better, but isn't fantastic. But it's in the lower half of the upper third, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Thanks, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. It's 1% of the 10%. So, but Minnesota's like, is like 20. Yeah, I know the bill. I wrote it.
I wrote the damn bill.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bizarre section of the show tonight. This is the after hours section because we have just passed 10 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
All right. Woo,
Yeah, Minnesota is fourth to last in defense. So I think this is going to be whether they're able to what Nick Foles is going to do. Honestly, I mean, we'll see how it goes. He's kind of a schizophrenic stats guy.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot to do with if his O-line is going to protect him and when are they going to finally unleash Nick Foles. Nick Foles can throw a deep ball. The dude can throw the damn football, and he's not making deep passes this year, I don't think at all. I think he has 2 passes over 40 yards. I think I saw that yesterday when I looked it up. But
wow.
Dalvin Cook might have some trouble. 2 Chicago's defense held Derrick Henry in check last week. Dalvin Cook is not – I don't think he's going to have an explosive game. However, on the flip side of that, Kirk Cousins has played extremely well the past 2 games. He's managed the clock. He's handed the ball off when he needs to, and he's made the good throws when he has to. I think it's going to be a good game, and I'm always rooting for Nick Foles because, he brought us the Super Bowl.
Right. And I thought he's done a little dirty, to be honest. I thought he deserved more respect.
Well, it's working out for him. It's definitely working out for him. I've seen so many wildly different analyses of his throws, his like that year he came in and won, with the Eagles. He threw into double coverage like more than any quarterback. Like he was like just talking about Jake Plummer style gunslinging.
Ryan, do we have any Twitter poll stuff to get to?
I've been avoiding saying that because I don't have one.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Did not get to it this week.
Well, yeah.
Oh man, I am killing in my fantasy.
So yeah, I'm just so busy killing it.
I figured, we play fantasy football, but let's live a fantasy life.
That's what it's all about, guys.
Who is the Andre for our league?
Come again?
Who is the Andre for our league? Is that Brother Dan there on the bottom of the stats sheet?
Hey, guys! I'm making moves. I'm making deals. You know what I'm talking about. I just have too much hair.
Are you ready for some football?
guys.
All right. Wow. All right, the kids are excited.
See, even your kids saying, "Hey, man, football's on, Dad."
I told her we would do an experiment today, so I have to go buy Mentos and Diet Coke.
Okay. I've heard that's outrageous.
Socially distanced from the volcano you're gonna make.
Desmond, thank you for joining us. Rob, thank you for joining us. Dean, thank you for joining us. Everyone who joined us on chat, thank you for joining us. Come back next week. Throw us your fantasy questions. In the meantime, go watch your teams, and I hope you all get tons of yards.
Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell, and then head over to Twitter and follow the Twitter account as well.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, Twitter is @TheWayTheLeague. I am Ryan. This is my brother Dan. We are the Way.
I'm Ryan's brother Dan. Yes.
We are the Way of the Leaf. Join us if you like fantasy books, if you like fantasy novels. Join us if you like fantasy football. Give us a like and subscribe. This takes a lot of effort, and we appreciate everything you guys can give us, which is basically one push of a little button. All right,
and we have push-up. We'll have the push-up results next week, and we will see it live.
Ryan doing push-ups all day apparently.
Yeah. I'll get ready. And so Darren Defner, our senior fantasy advice analyst, will be back next week. And
drive safely, Darren.
Dean is coming to form as a future senior analyst.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing, Dean.
Yeah, I have to do that research.
Killing it, Dean. Yeah, you guys are all great. Every one of you guys. Please come back next week.
All right.
And if you don't, I understand, but please do.
I'll be here.
All right, we all prepared this, right? We're all going to say on the count of 3. We're all going to say the same thing, right? 1, 2, 3.
Same thing.
Same thing.